Hello and welcome back to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Monday, March 11th, 2024. That means it's the 71st day of ranking my favorite video games through each day of the year. Coming in at number 296 is Ring Fit Adventure. If you define a video game as an interactive experience in which you perform inputs to a digital interface in order to generate computer imagery outcomes which informs the player of future inputs they should put in, then Ring Fit Adventure is a game. In reality, it's a means to an end and an excuse for me to jog in the comfort of my home. In Ring Fit Adventure, you perform physical exercises in order to control your character, running along paths, over obstacles, and doing some light platforming. The Switch controllers are separated, one strapped just above your knee, and the other attached to a Pilates ring. In order to control menus and perform certain actions, you rotate, tilt, lift, lower, squeeze, or pull on the ring. With all of the movement you do, there's warm-ups and stretching the game recommends. One of the great things about Ring Fit Adventure, compared to some of its predecessors like Wii Fit, is that it takes a pretty holistic, encouraging approach to fitness. Fun fact about Wii Fit, at a certain weight when you step onto the board to weigh yourself, the game says, ouch. Great stuff. Ring Fit Adventure never says anything negative about the player and even encourages you to take breaks and reminds you to drink lots of water. In the adventure mode, you find a Pilates ring with magical powers and must help it regain the power it lost in order to defeat a big scary demon himbo or something? I don't know. I haven't really been paying much attention to the story on this one, if I'm being totally honest. You jog in place in order to make your character run through the levels, trying to shoot at or collect things along the way. Occasionally you may run into big stairs or water and now you need to do high knees, or maybe you reach a steep incline and you need to sprint. There's some branching paths along the way depending on what you do, but it's mostly more of the same. A couple times per level you'll run into monsters that you have to defeat. Combat is done by doing different exercises, usually involving the Pilates ring. You can customize your loadout of attacks, usually wanting a nice mixture of different color abilities. The colors represent which part of your body you exercise in order to perform that attack. For example, blue abilities usually are about leg exercises like squats. In addition to the attacks having different numbers of targets and attack values, you'll do bonus damage if the color of the attack matches the color of the enemies being hit. You also can craft items, usually in the form of smoothies, and use them in order to heal or gain temporary bonuses in combat. After you do your attack, the enemies get a turn and you defend by pressing the ring into your stomach and tightening your abs as you squeeze it against yourself. In each region, you'll find a little town. It's really just a handful of menus that lead to dialogue, but you can accept quests from the locals as a reason to replay previous levels and find items within them. It's not a lot, but it's at least an excuse for story-driven players to keep playing after they've completed each level. In addition to the adventure mode, there's plenty of minigames you can do. If you're not into the whole running thing but still want to get some activity in, the minigames are a great way to do it. You do small exercises in order to control things on the screen and try to get as high a score as possible. While many of the minigames are actually quite fun, trying to get high scores can turn into real workouts, so you unfortunately can't spend a ton of time on them in each session. Speaking of real workouts, you can also just do the exercises without any gamified excuse. Not only does the game come preloaded with a bunch of recommended workouts to target different muscles and parts of your body, depending on your goals, you can also create custom ones and just use the game as basically a visual presentation of your workout. Another way you can customize your whole experience with the game is by changing the strength requirements for the Pilates ring. Don't get me wrong, it's just a normal Pilates ring, albeit a very nice one that I'm quite confident will not break or wear out. But the game measures things like how close you squeeze it together or how far you pull it apart. Changing the strength setting makes it so you might need to do more in order to register basic inputs, so someone needing a more demanding workout can still get that. Ring Fit Adventure is a very positive, feel-good workout experience with a ton of different options to help any kind of person find the motivation to try and better their health and physical fitness. While I would like for the role-playing elements to be a bit more fleshed out, that's not really what we're here for, and what is there does work great as a means to an end. It's serviceable. Going to an actual gym is still going to give you a better full body workout, but for getting some exercise done from your living room and having fun doing it, Ring Fit Adventure is an excellent game. Join me tomorrow as I talk about the 295th game on my list, where a controller designed to be repeatedly smacked predictably broke.